Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the look we're going for today. I don't want to say I don't feel good, but I'm kind of tired today. I think it's because like the weather here in Michigan is going from like 50 degrees to like 23 degrees. Like we had really warm weather earlier this week and now it's back in the 30s during the day. So I have congestion, my eyes are watering, and then I have this cluster of pimples coming through on this side of my face. So I'm going through it, but I definitely wanted to get this eye look out to you. I went out last night with a girlfriend of mine. We had dinner and this is the look I wore. So I loved how it turned out. So I wanted to recreate it for you guys today. And of course, it's using the MAKEUPSHAYLA ColourPop Perception Collaboration Palette. This is the last look I'm doing using this palette. And the main color I have on my lid is SASSY, which is like this blue-brown dupe, I think. I don't have MAC's blue-brown. I think that's what it's called, but it pretty much looks the same to me. It also looks like the shade Insomnia from the Manny MUA Makeup Geek collaboration palette. But I really like how the color shifts between, it's like got a brown base, but then it shifts between a blue, a gold, and a green. I really like how that looks. So on different color eyes, it will pull different colors. I feel like on my eye, it pulls more of a greenish brown. But if you have like blue eyes or green eyes, it might look different on you. So I really like this eyeshadow. And of course, it's creamy just like the other ones in the palette. And then I also use the other collaboration palette that Shayla did earlier last year. This is from Maybelline, and I used this color right here in my crease. And then of course, after I realized that, after, you know, I placed it on my eye, I'm like, wait a second, there's probably the exact same color in the Perception palette, and there is. It's played out. They are dupes for one another, so I'm going to swatch them next to each other. So this one is the Maybelline brown transition color, and this shade right here is played out from the Perception palette, and they are pretty much identical. So if you don't have the Maybelline City Mini palette that they did with Shayla, if you just have her Perception palette, you can get this look. I didn't realize that they were like the same color until I swatched them earlier, like after I was done with my makeup, and I'm like, wait a second. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that those are pretty much the colors that I used on my eye for today. And if you are curious what is on my lips, I'm wearing a Maybelline matte lipstick, and this is in the shade Toasted Truffle. And that's it right there on the end. As you can see, there was definitely a brown theme going on today for my look. Oh, and before we get into video, I also wanted to talk to you about my complexion. I've been using a new bronzer highlight palette, and this is from Morphe. I picked it up at Ulta. This is the 8H, Hi-Fi 8H. It's a highlight and contour palette, and I'm pretty sure it's for medium skin tones, but, and I have the kind of skin tone where I can rock light colors and I can rock medium tones. These kind of run reddish orange, so I do have to be light-handed when I'm using the bronzer and contour shades. But these highlights are bomb, and of course you can use them as eyeshadows as well. And then it comes with this big old mirror. So this is what I've been using for my bronzer and contour lately. I don't know if anybody has noticed a difference, but I like how smoothly it goes on. And I also like having, you know, a variation of, you know, things I can use for my bronzer and contour instead of using the same two products, which was my Wet n Wild Dulce de Leche for my contour, and then my Milani Big Bronzer in Dolce. I like having different shades that I can use every time. Just, you know, to either warm up my face a little bit more than I would usually, or to do it a little bit more neutral. So yeah, that's what I used for my highlight and contour today. And then for my blush, I went in with a L'Oreal blush, but I don't have it in front of me. So anyway, guys, sorry for the long intro. Let's get into this makeup look. So, as a base, I am using the Milani lipstick in the shade Wicked. I only use this on my eyes. I do not use it as a lip product, so that way, you know, my eyes don't get contaminated from what's on my mouth. And I'm just placing the outline of where I'm going to be putting Sassy on top of this. So you can see me making a little wing. Then I'm going into the Maybelline Makeup Shayla collaboration palette and using that transition color to blend out the edges of the black lipstick. And like I said at the beginning of this video, this color and the color played out in the Perception palette, they're the exact same color, so you can just use played out if you don't own this little Maybelline palette. And then to blend out that transition color, I'm using the shade Culture, of course. This works out perfect for my skin tone because I am so light. And I'm just using it to soften up the edges of this look. So here I'm just showing you how I'm going back in with the crease color and then applying Culture and all that jazz. Basically, I'm just showing you how I blended everything together to make sure that there were no harsh lines and that this was a really seamless, smoky look. It took me about, 5 minutes to get it perfectly. And I use baby powder on that big, fluffy brush as my eraser if I bring my shadow up too high. Now I'm reapplying the black lipstick on my mobile lid. And then right on top of it, I'm going to be placing the shade Sassy from the Perception palette. And that's this blue-brown shade that I mentioned in my intro. Kind of reminds me, like I said, of Insomnia from Makeup Geek and blue-brown or brown-blue, whatever pigment from MAC. So I'm placing that directly onto that black lipstick, and then once again going back in with my transition and these colors. So my bottom lash line, I did line my eyes with the Milani Stay Proof Waterproof Eyeliner, the shade Stay With Slate. And then right in my lashes, I went in with that Milani lipstick again. And then that was me applying Sassy right on top of the lipstick. And here I am applying that transition shade from the Maybelline palette like I usually do, basically replicating what I did on my top lid on my bottom lid. And then lastly, I go in with Culture. And that's pretty much this look. I just applied lashes, no liner, and I was done. Okay guys, so that's it for this video, and I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a big thumbs up and press the subscribe button down in the description box so you don't miss any more content from me. And like I said, now that I'm done with the Perception palette, I'm going to be moving on to the Morphe Boss Mood palette. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I was going to try to have a look up like before New Year's with it because it's got a lot of sparkly golds in it, but obviously that didn't happen. This video is going up after New Year's. But in real time today, New Year's Eve is tomorrow, and my skin I just want to give it time to rest because obviously this temperature change is doing something to me. So I will be putting up some looks. Obviously they'll be pre-recorded, but I will be putting up some makeup looks using the Boss Mood palette next. So definitely make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button so you know the next time I upload. Anyway guys, I will see you in the next one.